Canto 9, chapter 19, text 26. Okay, so this is Maharaj Yayati pastimes going on, and we discussed that how Devyani and Maharaj Yayati, they were engaged in household activities and sense enjoyment, and then Maharaj Yayati had a kind of realization, so he himself decided to leave, and he was introspecting himself, that he was engaged in the sense gratificatory activities, and he was being lusty. So he told Devyani a lot of benefit, you know, of avoiding lust, and what are the causes of lust and characteristics. They see a lot of things he told, and we discussed in the previous sessions, that how lust is very dangerous. Okay, so now today we will discuss from this 26 to 29, this section. In this section, like previous section, Maharaj Yayati left the home and he attained perfection, and now in this section Devyani will follow Maharaj Yayati and she will also attain perfection. Okay, this is 26 to 29. 21 to 25, Maharaj Yayati retires and attains perfection. Okay, now 26 to 29, Devyani attains perfection. Shrutva gatham Devyani mene prastobham atmanaha stri pumso sneh vaiklavyat parihasam iveritam. Shrutva, hearing, gatham, the narration, Devyani, Queen Devyani, the wife of Maharaj Yayati. Mene, understood. Prastobham atmanaha, when instructed for her self-realization. Stri pumso, between the husband and wife. Sneha vaiklavyat, from an exchange of love and affection. Parihasam, a funny joke or story, eva, like Iritam, spoken by Maharaj Yayati. Okay. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. When Devyani heard Maharaj Yayati's story of the he-goat and she-goat, she understood that this story, which was presented as if a funny joke for entertainment between husband and wife, was intended to awaken her to her constitutional position. Okay, purport. When one actually awakens from material life, very important purport this is. Srila Prabhupada is saying that when one actually awakens from material life, one understands his real position as an eternal servant of Krishna. This is called liberation. Muktir hitvan yatha rupam swarupena vyavasthita. What is actually mukti means that one understands that he is now in material existence and material life, and he comes out of that and attains the real position. So mukti means getting out of all this designations. Real position. What is the real position? Jiver Sarup Hoy Krishnera Nityadas. The real position or real identity of Jiva is Nityadas. Krishnera Nityadas. Krishna's eternal servant of Krishna. Muktir hitvan yatha rupam swarupena vyavasthita. Under the influence of Maya, everyone living in this material world thinks that he is the master of everything. Ahankara vimuratma kartaham iti manete. This is because of the influence of Maya. Okay, that people think that I am the master of everything, I am the controller of this business, I am the owner of this business, this country, I am this, I am that. They feel that people are, we feel this, that I am this, I am that, and this much, this country is under my control, this state is under my control, this company is under my, this family, this 5 6 members of family are under my control. Why this thought is coming? Out of, because of false ego, ahankara vibhunatma. So one thinks that there is no god or controller, and that one is independent and can do anything. That is the thing. People think that they can do anything and everything, because there is no controller over them. That's what people plan. Okay, after this I will do this job, and I will do this business, and I'll get this money, and I'll settle nicely, I can control this, like that. But they forget that there is a supreme controller who had already planned many things. Okay, so Krishna has already planned. Okay, and so I need to, my plan, okay, we can all make plans. So my plan should be in accordance with Krishna's plan. That is the success. If my plan is not in accordance with Krishna's plan, then what will happen? If my plan is not according with Krishna's plan, then what will happen? Who will be more powerful? His plan will work. So Krishna is anyway supreme power, supreme God. So his plan only will work. So my plan will be one day will be failed. So I will be frustrated. And that's what whole world is frustrated, because they keep planning many things like this, like that I will do. And then later on they get frustrated because their plan did not work. So only plan which are in accordance with Krishna's plan, in line. Krishna's plan and my plan should be in line. So I have to plan my all plan should in line with Krishna's plan. Then it will be easy. Okay, then the life will be peaceful. So how to plan in line with Krishna's plan? That we have to understand from Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. Okay, that so when you plan, so if you feel that you are a manager of this one full company, you are CEO, then because of that identity you will plan accordingly. But if you feel that actually I am servant of Krishna, but for a temporary purpose I am having this role of CEO of this company, okay, so you will keep, because first you know that first of all my identity is servant of Krishna, and then second, on temporary basis I am this manager or this CEO or something. So then based on that thought you will plan as a CEO, but your plan will be in line with your original identity, that you are servant of Krishna. So in this way my plan becomes in line with Krishna's plan. That's how it is. Okay, so one thinks that there is no God or controller, and that one is independent and can do anything. This is the material condition, and when one awakens from this ignorance, he is called liberated. Maharaj Yayati had delivered Devyani from the well, and finally, as a dutiful husband, he instructed her with the story about the he-goat and she-goat, and thus delivered her from the misconception of material happiness. Devyani was quite competent to understand her liberated husband, and therefore she decided to follow him as his faithful wife. Okay, so even Devyani was also very competent. She understood what is going on here. So she also followed husband, and that is a duty of a good wife, faithful wife. She understood that the story of the goat was actually a censure of herself. It is told for that she goat is Devyani only. She understood that this is my story only. So it was told as a joke between husband and wife out of bewildering affection. Oh Devyani, You have completely repaid me for mercifully lifting you from the well. This is a jokingly, he said. For I have fallen into the blind well of material enjoyment for so long. I have taken you out of the well, but you have put me into the well of material enjoyment, sense gratification. That also for so long. Devani understood that Maharaj Yayati is saying this in the from this story of he goat and she goat. Maharaj Yayati is giving me this message. What message? That, oh Devyani, you have repaid me very well. I have saved you from the well, na? So you repaid me very well. Why? I have taken you out of the well and you have put me inside the well of material enjoyment. Nice. So Devyani understood this. That's why she followed her husband. Okay. So this story, which was as a joke told between husband and wife, Maharaj Yayati and Devyani, understood and took it as a criticism of herself. Prastobham, since it showed weakness resulting from affection between men and women. Weakness. And weakness, the cause of the weakness is affection between men and women. The other meaning is that it was not a joke. Actually, it was not joke, but actually it was reality. Okay. Okay. Okay, so there is a question. I will take it last. Okay. 27 and 28. सासन्निवासं सुहृदां प्रपायाम् इव गच्छतां विज्ञायेश्वरतन्त्राणां मायाविरचितं प्रभो सर्वत्र सङ्गम् उत्सृज्य स्वप्नौपम्येन भार्गवी कृष्णे मनः समावेश्य व्यधुनोललिंगम आत्मनः. Sa Devyani Sannivasam, living in the association, Suhurdam, of friends and relatives, Prapayam, in a place where water is supplied, Iva, like Gachatam, of tourists on a program for going from one place to another. Vigyaya, understanding Ishvara Tantranam, under the influence of the rigid laws of nature. Maya Virachitam, the laws enforced by Maya, the illusory energy. Prabho, of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Sarvatra, everywhere in this material world. Sangam, association. Utsraja, giving up. Swapna, Anupamyena, by the analogy of a dream. Bhargavi, Devyani, the daughter of Shukracharya. Krishna, unto Lord Krishna. Manaha, complete attention. Samaveshya, fixing. Vedunota, gave up. Lingam, the grass and settled bodies. Atmana, of the soul. Thereafter, Devyani, the daughter of Shukracharya, understood that the materialistic association of husband, friends, and relatives is like the association in a hotel full of tourists. Shukadeva Goswami is giving this analogy that Devyani thought this. Devyani understood that this materialistic association of husband, so it is from the women's side, she is thinking that materialistic association of husband, friends, and relatives is like the association in a hotel full of tourists. Okay. The relationships of society, friendship, and love are created by the Maya of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, exactly as in a dream. Okay, exactly like it's like a dream only. Maya create many things. Like in dream, many things are created. Okay, similarly, in this society, friendship, husband, wife, love, wow, these all things are created by Maya. By the grace of Krishna, Devyani gave up her imaginary position in the material world. Imaginary position that I am a wife of such person I am husband of such a girl, like this kind of, I am relative of this, I am this, that. This is imaginary position. So Devyani, by the mercy of Krishna, she gave up this position, completely fixing her mind upon Krishna. She achieved liberation from the gross and subtle bodies. Okay. One should be convinced that he is a spirit soul, part and parcel of the Supreme Brahman, Krishna, but has somehow or other been entrapped by the material coverings of the gross and subtle bodies consisting of earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, and false ego. Earth, water, fire, air, ether, gross body, mind, intelligence, ego, subtle body. One should know that the association of society, friendship, love, nationalism, religion, and so on are nothing but creations of Maya. Many people are attached to their nation, their religion, all this. This is all Maya. One's only business is to become Krishna conscious and render service unto Krishna as extensively as possible for a living being. Okay, so what is the Prabhupada is recommending here? That one's only business is to become Krishna conscious and render service unto Krishna as extensively as possible for a living being. Okay, so in this way one is liberated from material bondage. By the grace of Krishna, Devyani attained this stage through the instructions of her husband. So for a faithful wife, if her husband is a devotee of Krishna, the best thing is follow the instruction of husband. Husband is devotee of Krishna, so he will guide her towards the lotus feet of Krishna. So that's the wonderful thing. Okay. So Vigyaya Ishwara Tantranam Suhurdam Sannivasam. Understanding Vigyaya, what she understood, that Ishwara Tantranam, this is the Maya Tantranam, this is the whole net of the God's energy, Maya. Suhurdam Sannivasam. What is that? Suhurdam, this all friends, relationship, husband, wife, what is this all? Prabho Maya Virachitam, created by Lord's Maya. Prabho, created by Maya Virachitam. Ishvara Tantranam, this association of friends and all, this whole network, was like going to a water hole. Prapayam Gachatamiva. This is like going to a water hole. So that Sa Bhargavi, that means Devyani gave up that association completely. He understood Sarvatra Sangam Utsarja, everything she gave up, and Krishne Manha Samaveshya, she concentrated her mind on Krishna. Vyadhunoda Lingam Atmanaha, and then in this way she gave up the subtle body covering of the soul. So in this way she perfected her life. Okay, so the shloka says that she concentrated her mind on Krishna. So what is that process? What is that kind of practice by which one can absorb the mind in Krishna? That we have to know, right? Because we are seeing here that Devyani fixed her mind upon Krishna and she perfected herself. So she fixed her mind upon Krishna. What was that? The main thing here, that she followed the instruction of her husband. Okay, so what practice does, by what practice does one absorb the mind in Krishna? That we have to understand. So that is 29 shloka is answering for this question. Namastubhyam Bhagavate Vasudevaya Vedase Sarvabhutadivasaya Shantaya Brihate Namaha. Namaha, I offer my respectful obeisances. Tobhyam, unto you, Bhagavate, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Vasudevaya, Lord Vasudeva, Vedase, the creator of everything. Sarvabhuta Adivasaya, present everywhere within the heart of every living entity and within the atom also. Shantaya, peaceful, as if completely inactive. Brihate, the greatest of all. Namaha, I offer my respectful obeisances. O Lord Vasudeva, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, You are the creator of the entire cosmic manifestation. You live as the super soul in everyone's heart and are smaller than the smallest. Yet you are greater than the greatest and are all pervading. You appear completely silent, having nothing to do, but this is due to your all pervading nature and your fullness in all opulences. I therefore offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Okay. Namastubhyam. I offer respects to you. Bhagavate Vasudevaya Vedase, the Supreme Lord Vasudev, Sarvabhutadi Vasaya, residing in all living entities as Paramatma. Shantaya Brihate Nama. I offer respects to the great Lord who is peaceful, Shantaya. How Devyani became self-realized by the grace of her husband, Maharaj Yayati, is described here. Describing such realization is another way of performing the bhakti process. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Bandhanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanivedanam. Hearing and chanting about the transcendental holy name, form, qualities, paraphernalia, and pastimes of Lord Vishnu. Remembering them, serving the lotus feet of the Lord, offering the Lord respectful worship, offering prayers to the Lord, becoming His servant, considering the Lord one's best friend, and surrendering everything unto Him. These 9 processes are accepted as pure devotional service. Okay. Shravanam, Kirtanam, hearing and chanting are especially important purposes. By hearing from her husband about the greatness of Lord Vasudev, Devyani certainly became convinced and surrendered herself unto the lotus feet of the Lord. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So this every one of us also can understand that our life also, if we are somehow practicing somewhat little devotional service, that is because of hearing. Somewhere that we heard from other devotees, from lectures or like that, we heard the message of Bhagavatam, and that message, when it entered through our ears, the ear hole, and went in the heart, it changed the consciousness, and then we started chanting, we started following principles of bhakti. Right? We can have introspection, we can see that it is true. When we started hearing regularly, it changed our chetana, our consciousness. It's true. Otherwise, many people are going temples and coming and they are doing a lot of things. But because they are not hearing properly from a proper source, their heart is not being transformed. Hearing is very, very important. Okay. So, by hearing from her husband about the greatness of Lord Vasudev, Devyani certainly became convinced and surrendered herself unto the lotus feet of the Lord. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. This is knowledge. Bahunam janmanam ante jnanavan mam prapadyate Vasudevam sarvamiti Samahatma Sudurlava. Surrender to Vasudev is the result of hearing about him for many, many births. This is the result. If we are hearing about Krishna, surrender mood will come. Surrender to Vasudev is the result of hearing. This is Prabhupada saying. What is the result of hearing? The result of hearing is surrender to Vasudev. Srila Prabhupada saying. So that's what when a person hears Krishna Katha, he feels that now he has to surrender to Krishna. As soon as one surrenders unto Vasudev, one is liberated immediately. Because of her association, because of Devyani's association with her great husband Maharaj Yayati, Devyani became purified. Association is very powerful. Okay. Prabhupada is saying that because Devyani associated with her husband Maharaj Yayati, she became purified, adopted the means of Bhakti Yoga, and thus became liberated. Okay. So in this way, Devyani attained perfection. Okay, so thus end the Bhakti Vedanta purports of the 9th canto, 19th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled King Yayati Achieves Liberation. Okay, so this is the last section where Devyani attained perfection. So by what practice does one absorb the mind in Krishna? One does this by offering respects by meditation and chanting. So by pranam, offering obeisances, and by meditation and chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, by chanting. So when there is another example of Maharaj Ambarish, that when Ambarish Maharaj was the emperor of the seven islands, it is understood that Yayati was the ruler of Bharatvarsha. So Maharaj Ambarish was the emperor of the seven islands. Okay, there are this seven islands like Jambudita, Lakshadweep, and all those. And understood, and then that time Maharaj Yayati was the ruler of Bharatvarsha. Ambarish is the eighth in the line of Brahma. Marichi, Kashyap, Vivaswan, Shraddhadev, Naghav, Nabhag, and Ambarish. Yayati was eighth in the line of Brahma. Okay. Atri, Chandra, Buddha, Pururava, Ayu, Mahush, and Yayati. Okay. So Brahmaji's line are there. So one is like this Marichi, Kashyap, Vijvaswan, Shraddha, Surya Vansa. And here Brahma, Atri, Chandra, Buddha, Pururava, Ayu, Mahush, and Yayati. So this is Chandravansa. Because of the influence of Ambarish, Yayati, who was absorbed in material enjoyment, developed great devotion. Because of Maharaj Ambarish. Okay, Yayati, because of the influence of Maharaj Ambarish, Yayati, who was absorbed in material enjoyment, developed great devotion. Because of Yayati's association, Devyani also developed great devotion. When the dynasty from the sun and moon begin simultaneously, and when the emperors of the sun dynasty rule the seven islands, the kings of the moon dynasty rule Bharatvarsha. When the members of the moon dynasty become emperors of the seven islands, then the members of the sun dynasty become the kings of Bharatvarsha. This is how the sovereignty of the dynasties of the sun and moon operate. Okay, so next is the 20th chapter. Before that, we will see what is the question here. Okay, so because I am stuck in material world and Maya, because I have defects, then how would I know that my plans are in line with Krishna's plan? These plans could also to satisfy my sense gratification, but due to my defective mind and intelligence, I might think that it is for Krishna, but in actual it's for me. Very good. So how do I make sure that whatever decisions I take are not based on my sense gratification but for Krishna? Very nice and important question. That how will I know that what I'm planning is in line with Krishna? Very good. So for that purpose only, we have the representative of Krishna, the Guru Maharaj, the spiritual master. So if I'm planning something, I have to check with my spiritual master that I'm planning this. Is it good? Should I go ahead with this? So a spiritual master or senior devotee or the representative of a spiritual master, he permits me, he allows that, okay, this is good, you can go ahead. Then we can go with that plan. Okay, so that is why even in ISKCON they have made a proper system of counselors and things, president, and a lot of system is there, so that you can always get proper guidance and you can progress well. You can check whether what we are planning is in line with Krishna's plan, is whether it is in line with Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, the principles of Gita and Bhagavatam are being followed. So based on the authority of representative of Krishna, Guru, and other senior devotees, sadhus, or scriptures, you can also read scriptures and find out whether your plans are in line with Krishna. So three things are there: Guru, Sadhu, Shastra. Based on these three, we can find out whether our message, whether our plan are in line with Krishna's plan or not. Okay. So I hope this answers your question. Yes. Okay, thank you. So if there is any other question, then you can ask, or we can drop here, I think. Or if you have